Furthermore, I hope you not be using that UST or that Luna, because that has people going ludicrous. Anyhow, yeah, it's pretty messed up what's happening right now in terms of not the market, so to speak, because I always tell people in this industry, you know, you got to know what game you're playing. If you're going to jump on a roller coaster ride at your favorite amusement park, and you don't expect that roller coaster to go up or down or sideways, then you don't know what the hell you're doing, right? So this is the same thing here, man. You know, what we're seeing right now, especially with the environment of Bitcoin and the crypto markets prior to what we just witnessed over the past 48 hours, 72 hours with this real dump happening, the markets already was on a downturn, right? The environment already was bearish. However, what happened with UST and Luna is just sad because the timing could not be any worse. And obviously the SEC is going to jump on this right now and they're going to say crypto is bad, stablecoins is bad, blah, 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 blah. We already knew that they had a hard on for stablecoins, and thank you for joining, guys. Welcome to the live chat. Do share this in all of our chats. That's for Sheezy. It's like, I got myself a new nickname. What's up, Piamera? I got myself a new nickname. You guys know me as, obviously, the Crypto Lifestyle, Mr. 100X, the trendsetter. Call me the Russian oligarch because my net worth is now slashed in half. I'm joking. I'm just playing. But you know those Russian oligarchs? One day you're rich, the next day you're not, right? If you're a Russian oligarch, all your assets are being frozen and your money's being taken away. But I think some crypto fanatics could relate to this right here. Now, I don't know if you guys are in UST rather, but you know, that's a fairly new stable coin, and anything new, I don't really try to put too much money into that in terms of like trying to store wealth, right? Trying to store my gains or what do you call it? Sustain the growth. You know what I'm saying? Luigi knows what I choose when it comes to my stable coin, and I'll tell you guys exactly why I use that. Do smash the like buttons, guys. If you're new here, my name is Francis, and I'm a Metaverse landlord. I own Metaverse land across the most sought-after Metaverses in high-foot traffic locations. And the reason why I make these videos is because you guys don't understand this market, this industry, which is the Metaverse industry. It's an estimated $10 trillion industry, and we plan to grab ours, and we will grab ours. We plan to get at least 1 billion, which is 0.01% of the expected market share, or market you know, the money that's supposed to be injected into this market rather. Okay, guys, now a lot of people want to know, yeah, TCL, what happened? Or you know, they're searching Bitcoin price, what happened? You know, why is the markets crashing? And like, this is why I don't really like, we'll touch up a little bit on it, you know, a little bit on the UST thing and all these things, but you know, this is why I don't really get too much into what happened. It's like, you need to counter what happened. How are you going to react to it? It's not the cause and effect anymore. That's too late. That would have been good knowledge if you knew this was going to happen before, right? Like this actual sudden big dump that we just saw the past, whatever, you know, 48 hours. Obviously, the market was declining, you know, and the environment was not really, you know, it was bearish. And then this happened on top of that, and this is where we're standing. So, the markets. What's up, Swanky? The markets, bro. We're back talking about the markets. Do smash the like buttons. Let me take a sip of this. So for me, what I do is, you know, like right now, exactly, I won't even talk about the past because the past is the past. So what I'm doing right now is exactly that. Whether the market is bearish, sideways, or bullish, I'm just building. It don't matter. It don't matter about the markets. It's like when you wake up every single day, okay, you gotta take advantage or try to make the most of what's in front of you, right? You can't control what's going to happen. And, you know, yes, there are some sort of organic corrections. Yes, there's corrections where traders, maybe whales are dumping or whatever. Yes, there's corrections when FUD happens, but there's also corrections like this, which is unforeseen errors. Right, which is what exploits in the UST stable coin, where, you know, some people say they're attacked, some people say that how they're trying to trade that peg. It is what it is. Everyone has an opinion, but that's not going to help you right now, right? So you guys need to understand, this is a very, you know, this is a market that not only is volatile, there's other sort of risks in here when you're dealing with protocols, when you're dealing with like smart contracts, like bugs and exploits, like technology that's new as well, that could also hinder the markets, like what we're seeing right now, right? Do smash the like buttons. I appreciate that. So it's not about like you want to go, like when I put in my marketing tool, everyone's talking about what happened to Bitcoin. It doesn't matter what happened, bro. What matters right now is how are you going to take advantage of this, or how are you going to actually recoup your losses, or what's your game plan? Don't matter what happened. You spend too much time thinking about what happened, and you're not going to position yourself to really benefit from something like this. right? And I could benefit tremendously from this, and I'm going to explain to you guys exactly how. So, I don't really mess with any other stable coin other than USDC. And you know what? I would say USDT is my secondary option. And I know there's a lot of FUD out there with USDT, but they've been to court how many times? They're still going about. They pretty much are winning the court cases. And, what the SEC is trying to say about them isn't really true, right? The SEC does not want to see any digital coin, be like heavily used, because then that could be adopted. And what are they all about? They're all about that dollar. Right? So when they go digital, which they have to go digital, China's already doing it. They want their digital token or currency to be, which is the dollar, their stable coin, let's call it, to be the mainstream one. And that's really why they're attacking. And do smash the like buttons. What's wrong with you guys? 16 likes and we got much more people here. Okay? So that's one thing we need to understand there. Right. So why do I use USDC? USDC is 100% backed. What's up, David Morales? Long time no see, my bro. It's 100% backed by Zidala. Some people might say, well, USDC, they could freeze your account. Well, USDC, they could do that. It's centralized. Just don't be a fucking criminal. Don't be a terrorist. Don't scam people. You know what I'm saying? Right? You should only be afraid of those things if your motives aren't pure. Okay? Now look, every single thing has risk. Yes, people want to say that UST is decentralized, Anchor protocol, go make your loans there, get 20%. You just got rocked. You just got rocked. Unfortunately, you got rocked, right? If you're using Anchor protocol, getting Luna and putting it in there and collateralizing or whatever the hell that was. But, so everything has risks, and it was way too risky when I think USDT froze someone's wallet or something. I don't know. It was supposed to be like money laundering or something like that. And everyone was like, I'm moving my money to UST. Well, you just got fucked. So the thing is this. You need to really, as I tell people, every single thing has risks. Crypto, fiat, the bank, your personal wallet. What do I mean? Well, look at this right here, right? UST, right? That was an exploit that got, it was something that got exploited. And here we go. Now it's at what, 80 cents on the dollar? If you want to keep your money in the bank, well, we all know about that. That's why we're in crypto. That's tremendous risks as well. But if you want to keep your money under your mattress, that's also tremendous risks as well. If the house burns down, your money goes. Someone could come and rob you. I don't know, whatever it is. Okay, if you want to hold in your private keys in your own personal wallet, that's risks as well. If you lose your private keys, you lose everything. If your hardware device gets destroyed, you lose everything. If you write your seed phrase on piece of paper and you lose that, or water falls on it, or it's whatever gets burned down too, you lose everything. So what I'm trying to say is, and do smash the like buttons, you need to know how to gauge and measure your risks. Every single thing has risk. And for me, yes, USDC is something where I feel as though I could have the least risk when it comes to all of these things. Now that could be debatable, and I'm open to that. But for me, I mean, it's like it's backed 100% by the dollar. I don't have to worry about exploits and big whales and traders like Soros, the freaking suits coming into this market and trying to exploit that that peg or what it's backed by. The problem is fractional reserves. If something isn't 100% backed by whatever they state it is, then you could have problems like we're seeing right now. And UST is not 100% backed. And I get it. When you're trying to be decentralized, you're going to implement certain protocols to mimic that, to market it as if it's safer. But at the end of the day, it's not. Like, yes, it might have been decentralized, meaning that how there wasn't much human involvement. But, I mean, what's the point of being decentralized if you got a major exploit like what we're seeing right now? It just don't make no sense, right? So just because something is decentralized doesn't always really mean it is better. It's true. It's true. That's just a fact. And this is a prime example of that. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, and we're going to talk about something else after too. So, like for me right now, I got my eyes on the prize. I know what I'm doing. I am laser focused on, building. I'm laser focused on the metaverse and building in there. Regardless, look, man, if Bitcoin was to go down to back to $500, I don't give a shit. You know why? Because I have the blockchain. I have an infrastructure here where I could actually conduct business in a secondary economy, okay, or a second economy. I shouldn't really say secondary. Another option or alternative. And that alone is priceless. Knowing that I could run a business on the blockchain that doesn't have much overhead, that's transparent, that could always produce me an income, that doesn't have really much inventory, right? No shipping and receiving. To me, that is invaluable, and that's how I see it right now. And I combine that with the 3D web, with Web 3.0, the metaverse, and we're building that where we could get appreciation and income. That's what it's all about, regardless of where Bitcoin is. I don't care. I don't care. You can never take that away from anybody who's a businessman on the blockchain, and that's the motives, and that's our our target. That's what we're working towards. So again, it don't matter where Bitcoin is, bro. I don't give a shit. I've seen this happen how many times? In 2017, this happened. It's so strange that this always happens after a big run-up. After a big run-up. We've seen in 2017 that how Bitcoin started to do its thing. Everybody well, not everybody, but you know what I mean? The masses came and adopted it, and then it had some FUD, and then it crashed, and the masses left. We were still here covering it, doing it, talking about it, and still being true to it and committed. You got to be committed to this thing, man. Do not get scared off, because guess what's going to happen? You are going to come back when Bitcoin's at 100K once again, maybe, I don't know, 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, whenever it is, you're going to come back, and that's going to make you even that much more poor. That's going to make you that much more poor, because you're always buying the top and you're always running them, and everybody says, yeah, okay, it's back, so let's go. And the mood's all freaking nice and dandy. The sentiment is on an all-time high. You don't want to do that. You want to stick through it, bro. Sure, hey, there's going to be a lot of these lower cap coins that gets wrecked. That's for sure. And it's going to be hard for them to recover. But the ones like, the larger market cap coins that actually have a real product, a real utility, like Sandbox and obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, those ones will definitely recover, right? Those are legitimate sort of coins and use cases. So you got to tell yourself, how could I protect myself from the next sort of like unforeseen error we saw right now with UST, or the next FUD from the SEC? Because guess what? Hey, this might go down even more, bro. This might go down even more. I don't get into this game of predicting if Bitcoin's going to go down or up as much, but this could go down even more with the SEC and what's that bitch name? That old lady, the old witch, who's talking shit about Bitcoin all the time and now stable coins. And the guy came at the back, buy Bitcoin, with the sign in the hearing there. She's going to come on and just like freaking beat this till it's dead, bro. She's going to be beating this dead horse, that's for sure. So it might go down even more. So you got to ask yourself, how could I, set up myself, position myself to mitigate these risks in the future? Because trust me, guys, this will happen again and again and again and again. It would. Okay, if you're going to go to your favorite amusement park and you're jumping on a roller coaster and expect it to go like a train, it's just going straight on in circles, then you're in for a big surprise, right? The same is true for the crypto markets. Expect the unexpected, because there's going to be some ups and some downs and some swirls and some twirls and some fucking 360s. It's going to make you want to throw up at times. It's going to make you smile sometimes. So be prepared for that. But when it's all said and done, in my humble opinion, in my experience of being in this space every single day for half a decade, documenting this, it's far more worth it than settling for your 9 to 5 and listening to big brother. You know what I'm saying? Believe you me. Now, could you handle the ups and downs? What's your outlook on this? Is it like a day trader where you're looking at it every 5 minutes? Are you a swing trader, or are you just a guy who invests and you got your game plan, you got your whiteboard, and on that whiteboard, you know what you're doing step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, regardless of the markets? And that's what I'm doing. And this is one of the reasons why I made Metapolitan. The Metapolitan. If you guys don't know what Metapolitan is, do drop the chat for them, man. The link for the chat. We're paying people every 2 weeks in Sand when Sandbox goes live. We're going to take advantage of the Metaverse, with other side, and I'm giving away, pretty much sacrificing 2 of my estates that is worth a lot of freaking money, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. Okay, guys, that's what we're going to be doing here. So we need an income is what we're doing. We're creating the workforce, because when you have an income, it's far much better than just relying on appreciation. And if you're only relying on appreciation, you got fucked, and you're probably trying to fill up, update your resume right now. If you're only reliant on appreciation, you're probably trying to update your resume right now. If you don't have infrastructure, if you don't have anything built on top of that infrastructure that's valuable, it's not good enough in this day and age that what we live in crypto. It's not. You got to evolve with the time. You can't just be trading. You can't just be hodling. You know what I'm saying? You need some sort of like business on the blockchain, some service on the blockchain or in the metaverse, some sort of income producing something, whatever that is. You guys got to figure it out. But I figured out mines, and I'm bringing on a lot of people on for the ride. And this is what it is. This is what we're doing here. This is another reason on why we are creating the Metropolitan project, which we're going to take advantage of the sandbox, which is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, metaverses on the blockchain, and also the other side. There's going to be a lot of money to extract from that. Okay, whether Bitcoin's up or down, it don't freaking matter. It's going to be a lot of money to extract. And I get it. People don't have the vision. It's okay. You guys don't have to get involved. You could just watch me do my thing. And I feel kind of like bad when I do that. Because when I'm just like seriously, I cannot make a video and go live or upload it and talk about how much money I made. I just can't. I feel bad. And this is why I've always tried to get people involved, right? Make them feel a part of it, make them feel included. Are there risks in this? Yes, everything, as I just said earlier in this live stream, everything has risks, but you gotta sort it out, comb it, through the mess, and find the one that you believe has the least risk. That path you gotta take, all right? And speaking about gotta take, I'll take some questions right now. 1 second before this gets cold. Okay. Hello, guys. We got here, how you holding, guys? Hey, who else here is a Russian oligarch? Hey, one night I was rich, then the next day my net worth was slashed in like freaking half, bro, or maybe more. And I'm laughing about this. People are like, go to the markets and everybody's all like, scared. Everybody's all depressed. Look at me, bro. You see me fucking depressed or anything? No? This is how it is, man. Listen, whoever told you this is an easy game, they're lying to you, bro. If you are mentally and psychologically strong and you could control your emotions, bro, you will succeed in this space. You will succeed in this space. Believe me. You get too emotional, you start to follow what everybody's saying, all these opinions. You need to have your game plan written out, bro. Like tape it on your on a big billboard on your living room wall. If you don't got a whiteboard like me, then maybe you could do that, or a blackboard or whatever, bro. In your phone. Always look at it, bro. And don't get distracted by what other people say, man. You shouldn't be going for advice or what other people say. You should have your own game plan. If you're doing that, then you're going to lose. You're going to lose. If you're always going to somebody, oh, let me see what this YouTuber's saying, what this guy's saying, what that guy's saying, you will lose, bro. Because too much information is not good information. You need to have your own game plan, brother. Okay, so the market, Spanky says, smart words, broski, predict the worst. Lucas says, any questions to ask me? It could be about anything. Smoked, YouTube says. Broski, why Luna dumped? Well, yeah, apparently there was an exploit where, I don't know the full story. Again, as I say, bro, I don't really get into the cause and effect. I get into the counter. How am I going to counter that? I wake up today, whatever the market says, I'm going to try to fucking go like this and figure out a way how I'm going to take advantage of it. But what we're being told right now is, apparently it's fractional reserve, and they had $1 billion worth of Bitcoin that they had to sell off because it was slipping away from them. And we had big traders, institutional guys exploiting that algorithm for whatever it's worth. So yeah, long story short, the suits took advantage of it. The peg, whenever something has a peg, that's where traders come to try to exploit that to make a spread, to make money. And when you have a lot of money, you could definitely exploit that. And it's fractional, so it's not 100% backed as well. And that's where, when it's not 100% backed, that's when there's not enough to go around to pay off everybody. So, again, like this is what I've been hearing, I've been seeing. I don't spend too much time on that though. I just focus on my wallet and how I'm going to fucking make that increase. So, yeah. And if you're holding USDC, there's a lot of stuff you could go out there and potentially, scoop up. I'm not saying that's how you're going to take advantage of the situation. That's the basic way. But there's a lot of cheap things on the table right now. If you believe in this space for the long run, this is a prime opportunity for you. Imagine how much of the traders, your TA, for everyone who's watching right now, if you're going to leave with something and you're going to end this stream before you go, this is very important. For all of you guys who watch those TA people talking about Fibonacci and the cup handle and the dandruff falling from the sky, okay, whatever the hell those jargon terminologies is, they can't see this happening. There's no way they saw a exploit in UST, or they never knew that the team or whatever it was selling Bitcoin $1 billion worth over a period of days. Your TA cannot help you for this. Okay, this is why I try to tell people. Don't get too caught up in TA. Look, maybe one day TA will mature to a certain point where it's actually usable in this space, but this space is extremely volatile. It's going to be hard for you to use any freaking TA. You got to use your common sense. You got to use market sentiment and also news, right? Market sentiment, in my experience, overrides everything. Do you guys see me talking about TA ever on my channel? And look where I am today. Why am I so successful? Right? And it's not me flexing or showing off. It's just me being honest. I don't use TA. I have my protocols or my mechanisms in place where I go, what I go by, and I don't give a shit what anyone says, you know, in terms of like their opinion. And that's great. And look, you know, maybe they bring up great points, but when you start to go here and there and everywhere, it really kind of like, you know, it erases your own gut feeling and your own opinion. And that's not a good thing. And even if you were wrong, it's the best way to learn when you're wrong, and then you figure out what you were wrong with, and then, you know what it is. You know, but if you're going off of what other people are saying all the time, bro, you're never going to figure it out on your own. So that's what I'll tell you guys as well. TA, that's not for this market as yet. Maybe one day it would be. Maybe within another half a decade when we're not this volatile. But right now, it's not going to serve you well. How many people got wrecked right now that was futures trading or, you know, leveraging fucking Bitcoin? They got fucking destroyed. They got destroyed. You know, even the guys that were borrowing against their asset, if they were borrowing against Bitcoin right now, yeah, man, they're fucked. Yeah, I'm not laughing at them. I'm just laughing at the situation, man. Like, certain philosophy in this space does not make sense, and it's the mainstream philosophy, what people go after. What people, pretty, when I say go after, what they submit to. They submit to that philosophy. Forget the price of Bitcoin, okay? Put your head down and build something on the blockchain or in the metaverse. And that's the only thing that matters. If you build something tangible, if you build a real product, bro, you're set. You're going to be set for life, right? Okay, what else we got here, guys? We do got a super chat. I got to get to that super chat. And, well, AI on crypto, let me tell you, bro. AI on crypto be tipping me $4.99. I know you got your stablecoin correct. You got your money right, AI. Mr. Gala Games, the guy who, one of the first people who got the nodes going on for Gala Games. So much so he profited so much off of Gala Games node. You know why? Because he went with his gut. Because he had his game plan, regardless of what people said, and it bought his ass a brand new condo downtown. Hey, AI, how you doing? How are you going to capitalize on this drop in the markets? Well, again, so what I could say is this. I've already started to work towards that. Again, as I said, if the drop was going to happen or not, I'm building my shit across all metaverses, and I'll get to another bigger point. So right now, it's well documented. If you're coming across this live stream for the first time and you're wondering who's this madman talking 100 miles an hour, my name is Francis, TCL, and I'm building the workforce in the metaverse. I'm starting off with Sandbox right now, and I got some updates for you guys within the next couple of days. I'm going to show you what the builders actually did with my estate, and we're also building right next door to that something called Metropolitans, which I touched up on earlier in this live stream. Now, after Sandbox, we're going to be looking at other side and Network, which is Unreal Engine, and also NFT Worlds. I got to sign my contract with them. Start building over there. Blocktopia as well. Can't forget about Mirandus. You know about Mirandus AI. Gala Games one. And I got Big Time Game as well. So I'm spread out across the ones that I feel will be the most successful. Okay, when that starts to pop off, I'm going to pop off. Income's going to come in. We're going to generate clients as well. That's going to we're going to get clients to generate funds. Okay, so how am I going to take advantage right now? If you were in the right stable coin, or even USDT for that matter, DAI, whatever, USDC. If you look at the prices right now, when you're an investor and you're not a trader, the beautiful thing about investing is, as I said before in many live streams, the taxes is not going to affect you as much as a trader. Every time you execute a trade that's short term, you are exposed to a taxable event. Okay, and you best be paying your taxes, or else I'll catch up with you too, straight up. I pay all my taxes and I take that serious. So you're exposed to a taxable event. When you're investing, you celebrate in the bear market and in the fucking bull market. In the bull market, obviously, shit's going up. 20x, 100x, 50x, whatever it is, 2x even, that's profit, right? Well, in the bear market, you're celebrating some cheap-ass fucking low prices, like right now, right? Or the bear market, downturn market, whatever you want to call it, you know, flash crash, whatever it is you want to call it, you take advantage of some cheap-ass prices. You got that USDT, you got that DAI, you got that USDC. Well, let's scoop it up. Let's scoop it up right now. And those taxable events aren't going to be taxable because it's not a profit. You get what I'm saying? When you're trading, you're always trying to trade for a profit, an instant profit. So that's one way you can take advantage of it right now. You know, if I start to look at ways to exploit the market sentiment, I like to react off of people's reaction or the market reaction. That's what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that is, man, it tends to be much more profitable. So that's all I'll tell you guys for now, man. You know, and I don't want to get distracted with other new methodologies. You know, I need to be focused on what I'm currently doing because I don't want to be bouncing on every single way. I got my guys working on other things, but I need to focus, laser focus on the metaverse builds. And that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, I'm crypto. And you're going to be a big part of that too with Mirandis. I need you. I need you, my man. Let me go up to the top here. I got to just brighten this phone a bit more. Okay, what else we got, guys? Any other questions? Do bring it. Okay, what do we got here? I like to dollar cost average, especially when it's fire sale. Yeah, that works too. I'm long on ape, sorry. So this is Simdog Crypto says I'm long ape till July, may sell for BTC. But after, hey, there you go. You got your plan. You got your plan, and I respect that. Again, you always win when you go with your plan, regardless if the result doesn't pan out the way you want it to be. Why? Because you did it your way, and you know your neural pathways was the ones that created that, meaning your brain. And then when it didn't work out, you could kind of, if you created that game plan, you could go back in your mentally and fix it. Instead of, oh, what this YouTuber said, what that YouTuber said, oh, what Fibonacci, fuck that, bro. Trust me, guys, that's the best way to learn. That's the best way to figure out what went wrong, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, what we got here? Andre says, Hex, Pulse, Pulse X are definitely my choice for the bear market. Hey, well, let me tell you, Hex definitely, you know, panned out really well in the last bear market, so maybe you're onto something there, right? As you guys know, I'm invested heavily in that. Also, in Hex was pretty much the first video to put out there to say that I was going to boom, and it was against the grain, and that was against all of the Bitcoin traders back then, like Tone Vase and Sonny Decree, who were shilling Bitcoin and Bybit, Bitcoin futures links like Bybit and such. Where are they now? I don't know. But yeah, definitely Pulse and Pulse Chain and Pulse X, whatever, those definitely have a bright future. It seems so, at least. Let's see what happens, though. You know, like I say, I always expect the unexpected, but if it works out, then it's a win-win. All right, so let's see what happens. I think somebody was telling me in about a week that should go live. Okay, Francis, are we all going to make it? AI says, of course, bro. Of course, you want to lose when you sell. You know, the tragedy of all of this could be truly this. If you guys were to, well, hey, do what you need to do. If you need to sell because you got to pay bills or there's an emergency or whatever it is, do what you got to do. That's number one. If you have to sell, bro, sell. Because if, for emergency reasons, do it. Okay? However, if you could get by, at least this is not financial advice, this is what I'm going to do. If you could get by without selling and you wait for this to recover, because this will be ancient news. Look at the big crash in 2018, right? Nobody talks about that anymore. 3 years later, or whatever the hell it is now, 4 years later, nobody talks about that. That's history. This is going to be history too. So if you could cling on, if you could hold on and wait for this to recover to see new all-time highs, then you're one of the smart ones. That's why I always make fun of people that comes in when it's at the top. I always make fun of them. If you look at my videos last year before we had this big rise of Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was at 8K, I went all the way to 30K. I made fun of them. I said, you guys are the ones that are always going to be poor because you're always going to buy the top, and then when Bitcoin goes down low, like right now, you're going to sell it. You're going to go back to your day job, and then when Bitcoin goes back up to 70, 80K, you're going to come buy the top again. So you're buying at the most expensive, and you're selling at the least price, at the lowest price. That's what's going to happen. So if you could just stick through it, like, do you believe in Bitcoin? Do you believe in crypto? Well, if that answer is yes, it's an easy decision for you to make, right? Come on, guys. If you believe in the metaverse too, same thing. Okay, what do we got here? Currently sweeping the other day's floor, 2.89 per state. There you go. There you go. That floor price will increase over time too, so that might be an opportunity in itself, right? When there's fear in the market, you guys got to be greedy, bro. Straight up, you got to be bullish when there's fear, man. You know, and again, obviously, you got to be bullish on the right things, right? To me, other side, other deeds is something to be bullish on right now. We're seeing the floor price go even lower because people want liquidity, so they're willing to sell it for far less units of Ethereum, not far less price because the price is going down, whether they like it or not, but far less units. They're willing to put that floor price to 2.5, maybe 2.4, maybe 2, maybe 1. If you believe in that project, in that metaverse, that's an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Right? So Crypto Spaceman says, my man Francis, thank you for joining, broski. AI again says, moved into stablecoin on NFT 2 months ago. Bruh, my ass has been in stablecoin for about 1.5 years, bro. For like a year. Okay? And I even documented this when we were doing all of those damn pre-sales. The moment we went 100x, 150x, 200x, bro, stablecoin. Ask my man Luigi. Stablecoin, straight USDC. I ain't fucking around. People want to know, yo, bro, how you buying all this land in the sandbox? How you getting other side, bro? Because I've been through some shit in crypto in 2018, and I ain't gonna go, like, one thing about me is I don't really make the same mistake twice. You know, I learn from my mistakes, and yeah, so I ain't gonna make that mistake again. You know what I'm saying? So people are like, yo, bro, you got all the stablecoin. Where did it come from? Well, shit, bro. You gotta know. You know, this is a game where you gotta know when to get in and when to get out, right? Back then, when things were bullish, if you are still riding 100x, bro, you deserve to get wrecked. You know, now one could say, hey, that kind of backfired on you because with Hex, when Hex did 100x, I got out. I'll admit. And I went over like whatever the hell it did. What, 1000x, 500x? I don't care. Because, you know, I still live true to my sort of, you know, my benchmark, which is 100x. You know, that's just extra that could have been. But then again, who knows? Maybe it could have gone the other way. Although it didn't. Always expect the unexpected. Don't get too greedy. And yeah, that's my line of thinking there. And it works out pretty well for me. So I'm sitting on bags and bags of stablecoin, boys. from time. At a certain profit margin, at a certain profit, yeah. Okay, what else we got here? We got any more questions? You guys can ask me questions about anything you want, about Metropolitan, about our build, about anything, about what I ate for breakfast, which I didn't eat nothing. This is my breakfast right now. Okay, so Silva says, the only person with confidence on Ford Vision today, always positive, Mr. 100x, making other YouTubers vex. Bro, it's like, man, when you wake up in the morning, you don't know if the sun's out, you don't know if it's raining, well, you should know if it's snowing because it's not winter, but you know what I'm saying? You don't know the exact temperature out there. The same is true for the crypto markets and the conditions in this market. You don't know what the conditions is going to be. So if you understand, okay, put like this, the crypto market is predictably unpredictable, right? So if you know it's unpredictable, if you know anything could happen, why are you going to be so surprised or depressed when things go south or whatever it is like this? Why? It don't make sense. It don't make no sense. There's no need for that. Again, you go on a roller coaster ride, you know it's going to go up, you know it's going to go down when you go to Wonderland, or if you go to like Disneyland or whatever the heck. You're not going to be surprised. But if you got your game plan and nothing's going to phase you from that, whether it's up or down, why is it going to affect your emotional state of mind? It just shouldn't. Right? So that's how I just look at this thing, man. Call it, I don't know, cliche, or call it just like, you know, not real talk, whatever the hell you want to call it. But that's just what I do, bro. That's honestly how I feel. Okay, what else do we got here? Who the hell is trading right now? Leverage trading. Let me know. Who got wrecked from leverage trading? So Danny says, sup fam, folk late today, I have to finish some work. It's all good, Danny. Thank you for joining nonetheless, bro. Luigi says, best advice ever. Ronnie says, whoa, Luigi is a certified veteran in crypto. Grats, broski. April says, LFG, let's effing go. AI on crypto. Can we customize with avatars we get with the business license NFT? So what we're doing right now is we are actually making the customized avatars for you. So Dev is actually, I think he has a meeting with them today. Okay, he has a meeting with them today, but we already paid them, their installment, and that's being made right now. So it will be customized for you already. So it wouldn't look like you. It's going to look like a metropolitan. And what's a metropolitan? It's pretty much someone that lives in a metropolis, which is what? A highly dense city, or a businessman, right? More like downtown. So we're making these avatars where they look like, corporate people. Whether that's suspenders, that's a blazer, that's a tie, a bow tie, glasses, right? Stuff like that. And that's been customized, customizable, made, the fuck, I can't even talk. That will be customized in accordance to that character, but not to you, like AI on crypto. He's not going to talk like he got a Texas accent. Hey guys, it's AI on crypto here. I can't even do it, bro, sorry. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it will be customizable, but not to how you look. And it will be an NFT as well, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, we got something here from Neo Mister. Thank you for commenting, and I'll read that just now. Hey guys, I'm double fisting today. I'm double fisting at the club. I got 2 freaking cold ones in my hand, well, hot ones. Okay. What we got here? Yo, TCL, long-term supporter here. What do you think of Terra and Anchor Protocol? I was bullish, and now they are wrecked in the crash. Sorry to hear, bro, first of all. I did touch upon this earlier. It's sad because I do believe that how, Luna and them, their motives were pure in the sense of they wanted to create this thing that's decentralized. And when you're trying to implement new protocols, you need to implement new mechanisms in place, right? Like that algorithm and all that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, there's risks with new things that comes to market like this, although it's not that brand new, but it is. It's new compared to the other existing ones, other existing options out there. So what can I say about that? It's the risk that we have to take in this space when we're trying to adopt something new like that. But what could you do, bro? What could you do right now? They're trying to better this entire market for sure, and people were bullish on it. People liked it. But for me, being a traditional guy for 5 years, I didn't adopt to it. I just stuck with what I knew and what I think was safer. And I'll be lying to you if I said I knew that had an exploit, because I didn't. I didn't really spend much time on Luna and UST, to be honest. Why fix it if it's not broken? It was my line of thinking here, my philosophy, and that's with the current stablecoin that I use, which is USDC. And the problem with them is the fractional reserve. They need to have something that's 100% backed, and apparently they were trying to use Bitcoin as well to back their stablecoin with. And when Bitcoin was going down, they were gradually going down as well, apparently. Again, who knows if this is the facts? All we could hear is people's opinions and projections, and no facts are behind this, and maybe some of their opinions and projections are factual, but there's no way for us to actually know that. But this is what's being, the noise that's being said out there. But it is true. Well, one thing is a fact is they're not 100% backed one for one, and that's a huge problem for any stablecoin that you're going to be messing with. So sorry to hear about your loss, brother. But when I'm talking about stablecoin, I'm talking about trying to sustain my my wealth. Right? Obviously, stablecoin is to sustain something, and also try to grow it too by putting into other things. And I won't try to put it into something that's, that large amount of sums into something that was that new that I didn't understand fully. You need to really, before you invest into something, you should really try to fully understand it. And I think, now people will start to do that. So sorry to hear about that, Neomeister. But hey, it's all part of the process, bro. It really is part of the process. This will make you better. It will make you better and stronger in the future when you put your money in other places. So yeah. Luigi is laughing his ass off. Morales' message got retracted. It's all good. Morales is my nigga, and I spell it with an N-I-G-G-A, my homie. I know Morales from a long time. That's my boy. Okay, feel it. What? Starting. Feel caffeine deficient, bro. Honestly, I actually quit coffee for a while, for about maybe a month. That's pretty long for me, believe me, bro. Okay, Spanky got something to say here. Let me see what he says. Spanky says, "Yo, broski, word on the street, Looking to do KYC for exchanges by May 12th. That's crazy. If it is, it is. Then, I mean, I don't know. It don't make no sense for them to do that, SafePal, because unless you're talking about trading from there, not to store your stuff, you know, yeah. For those who want to store their crypto in places like hardware wallets, Ledger is not an option. I would not recommend Ledger. I had horror stories with them where I had some Bitcoin stuck there, and I tried to get a hold of them. They would not answer my emails. They didn't give a shit, and yeah, I pretty much had to transfer it to another Ledger somehow, the private keys, which was the older ones, the USB stick. I was using the Ledger Blue, and they had a lot of problems, a lot of bugs again, right? So when we see new technologies, whether that's software or hardware, we could be very, be cautious because they could have some sort of risks involved. But yeah, that's news to me, Spanky. Thanks for sharing. Okay, David Morales. Hope you ladies and gents are taking notes. So this is free alpha you are hearing. Thank you, David. Hey, David, how about you drop some alpha on us in regards to Pulse X and Pulse Chain? What's your sentiment on that? I know you're obviously spending a lot of time and money on that. You are a hardcore supporter there, and you're also in Hex in the early stages as well. So maybe you could drop some alpha in the live chat if you're still here in regards to that. Okay, we have FB says, yo, TCLers, my man Francis. What's up, FB? And smash them likes, everyone. Okay, guys. Yeah, so I just wanted to come online here, whether that's live stream or upload a video, just show my face during these times, and just speak with you guys how I feel and look at my mood. If you guys know me, if you've been following me for some time, you know this is how I always am. I guess I'm a hyper, I'm energetic, I'm passionate, and the market is never going to faze me, even if it was to go down. Now look, do I have Glimmer? Yeah. Do I have Akala? Do I have Karura? Do I have Bitcoin? Do I have Ethereum? Do I have some sand that I bought at $2.84? Yes. Are those decimated? Yes. But it's not phasing me because it's not gonna take away my long-term goal, which is to build my shit across the metaverse and be known and have this infrastructure that's going to be valuable, that's going to produce income as well with appreciation. It's not going to stop me from that. The blockchain will always live on. It would always live on regardless of prices. Yes, we're in this to make money. I get that. But there's things that are just far more invaluable than just price, which is the infrastructure that we all have here to conduct things. Anybody can run a business here, and when you have a business, when you have a service fee, when you have an income, these price fluctuations does not affect you mentally as much if you were solely reliant on that alone. Okay, guys? I see some more things coming in here, so I'll just take the last few comments and then I'll sign off, I guess. But if you guys got more questions for me, please, I'm here. I got time right now, so do ask. Everyone hang in there. Peace out. Yeah, you know how it is, bro. Hey, and this is how it is, man. During the last bear market, I was in Paxful. That's when you actually had to put time and sweat equity in. You had to do trades. We were trading skins. We were doing gift cards. We were doing all kinds of stuff over there. Well, guess what? Maybe P2E Games is the next forthcoming of that. You might have to put in some time to get that income if you're not building something, if you're not building in the metaverse, or if you're not building a business on the blockchain, if you don't have an income in this space, maybe that's a way for you to make an income. Look, man, if you had, like what I had to do to get here, I had to work in warehouses, I had to work in construction sites, I did cleaning, I did customer service, I did a lot of shit. But look where I am right now. People looked down on me back then, right? Especially in that company, they looked down on me. I was at the bottom of the food chain, but look where I am at right now. I'm doing what I want, where I want, how I want. Why? Because I was laser focused on that end goal. I had tunnel vision. I was sweeping floors with my headphones in my ears, fucking just laughing and smiling. I was like, why is this guy so happy? They expected my self-esteem to be at all time. No. I was happy because I knew what I was going to go after, and I attained that right now. I'm sitting here right now on millions of dollars that I did the hard way, the right way. Guess what? They're still working for the little pennies and their dollars, still answering to that boss, right? They probably said, I wonder whatever happened to that crypto, to that Francis guy. Well, I achieved my goal, and the same is true for this next goal. Don't matter what the market's saying. I'm not going to get distracted. I'm going to attain that end goal. I'm not get fazed by anything. All right, guys? Does that make sense? Yeah? What's up, broski? Victor, love your content. What do you foresee about ApeCoin? Yeah, I mean, listen, alts right now is just decimated. It's destroyed. Now, one thing I would say is, I mean, obviously I'm not going to sell anything, no alts at this point. I'm not. I got my stable that's helping me out for sure. But I would say this much. For the Metaverse coins right now, for ones that aren't going live anytime soon, which isn't really many, Sandbox is going live, we believe in, Q1 of next year. Who knows when other side will actually go live, but I think it's going to be much sooner than people think. I think they were working on that well before hand. But I would say this much: if you're going to be holding on to a Metaverse coin right now, I don't think it's the best strategy because they don't really have much utility at the moment. So if we see more market downfall, more Bitcoin price going down, whatever it is, FUD now, we should see some FUD from SEC coming out. That will get destroyed even more. But on the flip side, some people might say it's a good buying opportunity right now. But even if it is a good buying opportunity right now, which it might be, and that corrects, let's just say whatever, SAN tokens at $1, whatever it is, 80 or 20 or whatever it is, and say the market somewhat have a next run up, that will be temporary. We could see that kind of like slowly fizzle out lower and lower as time goes along. But I would say is this: if you could time it just before they go live, say about a month or two before the news comes out, then you could be in the profit. So to answer your question about ApeCoin, do the dollar average if that's what you want to do, but they have an extremely bright future, of course. But is it the best entry point right now? I think that's debatable. The price looks like it. It does look like it, but what happens if it starts to continue to fall and fall and fall, right? Due to FUD and all these things I just mentioned. So I think that's subjective, and that's up to the individual's capital, really. And if they're willing to dive in at this price with even, a sudden sort of pop, but then a kind of downfall after. It's just up to that person. For me personally, I would still wait. I would still wait because there's a lot of uncertainties right now we don't know of, and the markets could still go down even further, or it could pop up. We don't know. I sound like your favorite freaking TA expert. The markets could go down or it could go up, right? At the end, they talk all this fucking jargon. They make themselves sound so smart with all these terminologies, and then at the end they say the markets could either go down or up. Say no fucking shit. I could have told you that in 2 minutes instead of fucking 15 minutes of wasting my time watching your YouTube video. Anyhow. Okay, what else we got here? I find it ironic that the price of GameStar has barely moved relatively to other cryptos during this crash. That's funny, bro. That's some funny shit. I think GameStar is like, there's no way, like, it can't go lower than that, bro. It's like it's reaching its bottomless pit. You know what I'm saying? That's some funny shit. Okay, what do we got here? I'm psyched. These markets don't faze me one bit, to be honest. Kind of used to it, Tony Shadow says. Because you're a ninja, Tony. You are a ninja. Okay, what we got here? BTC will tap 11K based off of patterns. Hey, let's see what happens. Hey, you know who's shitting his pants right now? His butt is like clenched like this. It's like his freaking butt is clenched like this. Michael Saylor. My boy, I think somebody on Twitter, they put they made a gif or something, or a picture of him in serving somebody McDonald's. He had a McDonald's hat on and he was giving them fries. That's some funny shit. But he must be clenching his asshole right now, boys. Let me tell you. That guy got, was it, billions invested? What was his entry price? I forget what it is, but it's getting pretty damn near to that. So I wonder what he's doing right now. And this is what we might see too. We might see a lot of the institution guys who got in, like O'Leary, that little bitch. They might start to get away from this space now, separate themselves and go do what they're normally used to. And when it gets back hype, they're gonna come jump back on it just because they want to steal some of that market share. Right? They know there's a lot of money to be made. They don't give a shit about Bitcoin, bro. Okay? Like, not Michael Saylor, he does. But Kevin O'Leary, Mark Cuban, all those VC investors, the Indian guy, I forget his name, all of those schmucks don't give a shit about Bitcoin or crypto. They only give a shit about stealing the market share, making themselves known as these influencers in this space when they don't have one lick of experience in it, only when it's riding high, okay, so they could be seen on CNN, so they could be known as this fucking figure for Bitcoin when they're not, okay? They only care about making money when the time is right, okay? So that's what we're going to see here. The people you need to really follow or look at is the guys who are here in the bull run or in the bear market, and the average guy. Like, whatever, some guy on YouTube. Listen to his opinion and that's it. But go by your own experience and what you have learned, directly from your own moves is what I can tell you guys. Okay, guys? Love you all. Be safe out there. Don't be fearful. Don't be scared. Have your end goal. Work towards it every single day. If you don't have one, You need to come up with one. That should be your first freaking your next step in this space. What is your end goal? If you don't have one, best make one. And the best end goal to have is something that appreciates but also gives you income at the same time in this space. Whether that's a cash flowing business, whether you build something, whatever, figure it out, man. Do some Google searches or something. All right, love y'all, and I'll see you guys on the next one. So until then, you're on your own. Later.